This year, we like to say it's a little tickier than past. We did experience an increase in the number of ticks that we received for testing. Our most common tick that we get here in the Northeast and Pennsylvania is the blacklegged tick, which is associated with the majority of the tick-borne illnesses that we see in the human population in cases in humans, such as Lyme disease, babesiosis, anaplasmosis. We've been seeing an increase in American dog ticks, as well as the Asian longhorn and the lone star tick in our state of Pennsylvania. One interesting fact about the Asian longhorn tick in comparison to our other tick populations that we have, it's parthenogenic, which is a very fancy name for it can reproduce without mating. So we don't have male ticks in the United States, we just have the females. So when she gets her full blood meal, she will produce viable eggs, and those will hatch into larval ticks. So they are very quick spreading. They tend to infest livestock, so livestock trade or movements, but we have seen a decent number of them also now attaching to humans as well as companion animals, so such as your dog or your cat or things like that. And those can be used to differentiate between different species as well. These spirochelar plates on the side, which can be used for gas exchange, and a Y that's kind of circling the central portion. And the only other tick that's very similar, that has a similar one, are lone star ticks or amblyomma. Yeah, so right now our biggest concern is with livestock. So because they're parthenogenic and they tend to have a preference currently for livestock animals, so cattle, things like that, they can cause infestation on these animals. So it could lower their immune system and put them at greater risk for other diseases. So it could have an impact on our beef industry and on cattle and livestock across the United States. So that is one concern. But as their population increases, because they lay thousands of eggs, if they do start to pick up these tick-borne illnesses, because now they're becoming more of a generalist and they're feeding on other organisms, if they start to feed on organisms that do transmit diseases to ticks, so our reservoirs in the population, then they'll start to pick up these pathogens, and there will be a spillover event eventually to humans. So understanding this now and early so that we can maybe get ahead of it is important, so that we're not, chasing it down like we were the first time around with blacklegged ticks and Lyme disease.